do today? Well, today I'm going to do something a little bit, well, kind of different. I am going to make a fresh corn vodka. I just thought that'd be pretty interesting. So really, what is vodka? Well, vodka is it's clear, has very little taste, but it does have taste. It's distilled high ABV, and then you reduce after you distill it because you're trying to get it as pure as you can, and then you dilute it with water down to drinking ABV, which 40 or 80 proof. That's what I like. It's great for mixing. Some people drink it on ice. But mostly I think it's made for making cocktails and all that, and that's what I like to have it for. But I thought the fresh corn would be a unique taste. You do get some taste through it. Just like there's a name brand out there that begins with a T and ends with an O. Yeah. It is a corn-based vodka, and it does have its own unique taste, and a lot of people love it. And I just thought that'd be very, really interesting. So we'll be using our bubble plates today to get that higher ABV. So that'll be interesting. I just got done cleaning it all up. So stick around. And I think you might like what we come up with. Okay? So, but first thing first, welcome to Stillworks and Brewing. My name is Randy, and this is a channel that's all about home distillation and brewing. All right, so what I'm gonna do next, I'll get my mash. I've already made the mash, and I think it's been a week or so, and it's done. So let me get that transferred into the still pot, and we're gonna get ready to make this vodka. All right, so we'll see you in a little bit. I'll show you what I got. Of course, I got my still pot. I put my sight glass right down here near the bottom, and then here is my bubbler plates. I got 4 bubblers, one, 2, 3, 4 bubblers. I got my deflag up top, okay, and then everything else on the normal still. As far as the water connections I got is, here's water coming in. This valve will control the water in my regular condenser, my lead big condenser. This valve controls the deflagmator. Okay, so I will start to start heating up. All right, well, let's talk about heat a little bit. Okay, so I like to put a little bit of propane under the still pot in the beginning with a diffuser plate in between the fire and the bottom of the pot. Now, I've had some people ask questions about my electrical. Okay, so let's go over that a little bit. All right, this is my electrical box. All right, I have my PID and my SCR switch in the same box. Okay, so I like to use SCR switch when I'm distilling, because it just is like controlling flame to me. I can turn it up a little bit, I can turn it down a little bit, because I like to distill by the drip. Okay, so let's see how it works. Okay, I would just put that switch over to SCR. There's the main power switch. This is a pump switch which controls this outlet, right? Then here is my SCR switch. This is an on-off switch that will put it out of the electrical outlet. And then you got the SCR switch itself, and then I also use a voltmeter, or an amp meter, I'm sorry. Well, it's volt and amps. Okay, now when I'm using my RIMS tube, right, all I would do is switch this over to PID. That's when the pump would come in place. Then that turns this side on. All right, so there's my PID controller. I can set what I want on that. Then this just turns this on and off if I need to turn it on or off real quick. And this is my thermal port. Okay, and that is my box. Now, I did find me another box that I liked a little bit better, so I'm going to be changing all over these components into that box one of these days. So you know how it is. All right. Okay, so that's my components. Let me get some heat going, and then we'll be back when something starts to happen. So I'll see you in a little while. My plates are loading up. Okay, looking good. All right. I killed the heat under the pot. Plates are working good. I turned the heat down a little bit. I'm getting good there, but I do not have my deflegmator on yet. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect off probably 8 to 10 ounces of, I call it 4 shots in heads. And as soon as I do that, then I'm going to turn the deflegmator on and let it recirculate for a while. Okay. I've turned my deflegmator on just slightly. You can see how much is coming back down. All the plates are full, and it's running into the cup and then running down to the next plate. I got a nice little broken drip coming into my jar. Alright, it tastes fantastic. Once I fill that jar up, I'm gonna have to take a reading with a hydrometer because my refractometer won't go as high as I'm suspecting this is going to be. So everything is just working great right now. You can actually see here how much is going back down into the pot. So okay, and like I said, I got very little water going into that, just enough to cool it off a little bit to bring stuff back down. Okay. So it's looking like we're just about done. And how do I know that? Well, I did the math on the mash before I started, and it said I was going to get about 2.5 quarts of pure alcohol, which, yes, this is not pure alcohol because the first jar came off at 193. Then it dropped to 180 all the way down to here. Then checking here, it's even this jar is 180 there, and I've been checking here, and it's starting to drop like a rock. So that tells me I'm just about done. All right, I mean, these all smell fantastic, and I'm getting a little bit of wet dog smell there. So what I'll end up doing is I'm gonna cut the cooling water to the deflag, and then I'll just collect this jar out, put it over for the thanks jar or something. All right, so what's next? Next, what I'm gonna do is I think I'm gonna put a cover over all these jars. I'm gonna let them sit and air out for a little while, and then we'll come back and we'll blend it all together and then proof it down. I think that's what I'll do. But as of the taste, ooh, it's hot as a firecracker though, but it's very tasty. Almost has maybe just a sweet taste to it in a lot, but it's hot. So it's going to be pretty good vodka. And then I gotta clean all my stuff up. All right, so let me shut that cooling water down, and then let's see. I'll shut that down, finish collecting this jar out, Then we'll come back and I don't know. I mean, these don't have any smell to them at all, except for alcohol smell. We might just go ahead and blend this together. All right, let's get this done, and then I'll be back. So it's been 24 hours roundabout, maybe a little less. Get all these opened up. One more. Alrighty. That don't smell. They're all smelling pretty damn good. I know these was 193, 190, and so on and so on, and then I think they were way up there too. Not this last one. I forget what this last one is. This last one was, that's 120. So, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna combine these here first, because that smells good and tastes good. I'm gonna mix these. Ooh, it's hot though. Hot stuff. This one. That one. That one. Hot stuff. Now, if I check it with a refractometer, I'd be willing to bet it's off the charts. I know it is. I don't know why I'm checking. Oh yeah, it's off the charts. All right, so what did we end up? Let's just see where this is at. It's like 89%. 89%, which is like 85 proof, 185 proof. I can't complain about that. All right. Put that over here before I break it. Let me put this back before I spill it. Put that over here. All right, I just want to taste this one again. I mean, it smells good. Tastes good. Okay. So what I want to start doing, and I think it made a big giant difference of letting them air out overnight. It's crystal clear. Crystal clear. So what I'm going to do is, I know I'm going to need a couple bottles of water in there. What am I looking for? I would kind of like somewhere between 80 and 90 proof. Still off the charts. I know it's gonna have to be 2 bottles. And maybe even more. Yep. Let's see what we got now. One more bottle. One more bottle and I think that's going to do it. So if you look at it this way, I get a pretty good yield off of that sweet corn. That's at 100 proof. You know what? I'm going to use this for mixing. I think I'm going to leave it right there. I think I will. All right. Let me get some bottles and then we'll get to we'll bottle this up. Then we'll taste it. Okay, bottle this up. And I will just put it through a couple coffee filters just because. Just because. Oh, it smells so good. All right, well, let me get this taste. So we got them all full. They look beautiful. I got, remember, labels. Labels. You got to have labels. I might end up getting Laura to make me some really pretty labels. But for right now, I need to know exactly what do I got. Oop, not upside down though. I guess I could. Okay. Hey, Now is the nice part. Let's give it a try. Now, like I said, most of the time on vodka, I like to use it as a mixer to make cocktails and such. There's a lot of people out there that like to drink it on ice, and hey, if that's what you enjoy, go for it. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. If you like it that way, it's the right way. Okay. I mean, a very faint, of course you got the alcohol smell, but you get that faint corn. I mean, it's kind of like a sweetness smell. Wow. Ooh, it's hot though. And at least I decided on 100 proof is because of making cocktails with. But I'm gonna tell you what, you could just sip on that. Oh, that is very delicious. I mean, you got a nice little burn. Nice little burn, and just, I don't know, it's just like almost a little hint of a sweet taste to it. And I'm assuming that's because of the corn. I know vodka's not supposed to have very much flavor to it, but you always have some. Like I said, I think earlier, if you have a name brand that's made out of a corn vodka, it does taste different than some that are made just strictly all grain. But that right there is a winner in my book. All right. Wow. Okay. Well, that is our sweet or fresh corn vodka. That is going to be a nice thing for our lineup. Put the labels out. Okay. I guess the last thing I got to say is, hey, thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you next time here on Stillworks and Brewing.